Thank you for tuning in for today's video on improving your personal set of skills in arcade. This time we will be focusing on the basics of rudder turning, or else known as keyboard controlled turning. By default, using your mouse in a turn fight seems to be the natural choice. While this is true for the most part, and will likely appeal most to new players, it bears major flaws that will ultimately limit your own potential and skill ceiling. But as always, there is a solution. Once again, we will have to visit the controls setting in the left hand corner of the menu screen. This time you can stay on the aircraft tab. Now click the main control axis tab, and you will be greeted with the roll, pitch and yaw axis. By default, these keys won't come into action most of the time. For the sake of simplicity, you should only customize the pitch axis. Click once on the pitch axis. Now click edit axis. You will now have the option to assign keys to the maximum and minimum value of former mentioned axis. These two keys should be above or under each other and notably easy to reach. The most common setup would be W as maximum and S as minimum value. In my case, the keys have been bound to two extra keys that are present on my mouse, thus leaving W and S free to be assigned for the throttle axis. Now that we have this out of the way, I will show you how to use them in combat. When engaging in a turn fight with an equal plane, you can't just rely on your own luck or the enemy pilot making a mistake. Instead, using the pitch and your control surfaces come in handy. Start by pressing Q. Notice how the plane starts flying left. Now press your designated maximum value pitch key to counter the downwards direction. Congratulations, you are now rudder turning. But wait. After some time, your plane will start banking left, or if you rudder turn the opposite way, to the right. To counter this unpleasant behavior, you will have to adjust your roll axis by pressing R or D. Depending on the situation, you will need to constantly adjust your roll angle to keep your plane on track and being able to reach the desired direction. If you aren't seeing the same results as on screen right now, don't worry. This technique is easy to learn, but very hard to master, so take your time. To give you some further examples, I will now show you a couple of clips from my usual matches. The P-47D in this case takes a decently steep dive, which won't save him from me. Next up is a BF-109K full turning right into me. Unfortunately, my bullets only crit him. To ensure my kill, I do a quick keyboard pitch loop and start shooting right at him again. Knowing that there are 4 enemies in front of me, I pitch upwards to gain some distance and prepare for eventual headons, which then come in fast in the form of the BF-109. The head-on works out very well, and a quick look around spots the P-51, which I then target with a swift rudder turn, and there he goes down. Let's watch one more example. I have 2 enemies on me, one of which isn't too much of a threat. However, I need to get rid of the A-36 quickly, which I do by forcing a head-on, but rolling out of it before he can set guns on me. Now I quickly rudder loop around him before eventually killing the Spitfire, as he is too easy of a target to let go. I lost sight for a short amount of time, allowing the A-36 to get away, but now I'm going head on with the P-51, which I evade as his 420mm guns are nothing to joke about. Unfortunately for him, his turn time is something to joke about, and I managed to easily rudder turn around him before he can even get halfway through his own. This has been all I wanted to cover in today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to teaching more to you in the future.